In this lesson, we're going to look at the Idaafa in a little bit more detail. The Idaafa in Arabic is a construction that results from the conjunction of two or more nouns to produce a meaning. There are 5 general meanings produced by the Idaafa that we will discuss here. The first is possession and attribution, and this is the one that you're probably most familiar with. We can say, for example, Kitabu Khalidin, the book of Khalid, or Khalid's book. Walidu Khalidin, the father of Khalid, or Khalid's father. Or if we want to use a pronoun, we can say Kitabuhu, his book. All of these indicate some type of either possession or attribution. If we said Kitabu Khalidin, it's the book that Khalid possesses. However, we don't say that Walidu Khalidin is a father that Khalid possesses. Rather, the father is connected to, or there's an attribution of fatherhood to the person who is the one who gave birth, who is the father of Khalid. So here we have either possession or attribution. We can also think about the Idaafa in terms of a doer or an object relationship. So if we had dirasatu Khalidin, and this is usually when we use a masdar in the Idaafa structure, dirasatu Khalidin, the study of Khalid, i.e. the study that Khalid is doing. If we think about it in terms of an object, we can say shurbul qahwa, the drinking of coffee. So here, it's the coffee is that which is drunk, and so we would say shurbul qahwa is a type of Idaafa in which the mudaf ilay, the second term, is like an object of a verb. But here we're using a masdar, which is a verbal noun, as part of the Idaafa. We could also say dirasatuhu, his study. We also use the Idaafa in numbers 3 through 10 when we count an object or count objects. If we say 3 of something or 4 of something or 5 up to 10, then we use the Idaafa structure. So thalathatu kutubin, 3 books. Or we say arba'u ghurafin, 4 rooms. Or we would say khamsatu aqlamin, 5 pens. So here we use the number and then the counted object. Remember that in 3 through 10, the gender of the number is going to be the opposite of the singular of the counted noun. So thalathatu kutubin, because kutub, the singular of it is kitab, and that is masculine, then the number is going to be feminine, thalathatu kutubin. As opposed to ghurfa, for example, the singular of a ghuraf is ghurfah with a ta marbuta, which is feminine, so then arba'u is masculine. So we say arba'u ghurafin. Another type of phrase is a compound word in English, which is translated as an Idaafa in Arabic. Ghurfatun nawm, bedroom. Notice that in the word bedroom, bed and room are nouns. Both of them are nouns. But when we conjunct them, then we have a compound word in English. Now that compound word in Arabic is going to function as an Idaafa. Ghurfatun nawm, the bedroom. Or sunduqul barid, the post office box. Or we can say waqtun nawm, bedtime. Waqtun nawm, the bedtime. Another type of phrase in English, which we translate using an Idaafa, is when we have a noun modifier. So when we say shurbatu dajaj, or chicken soup, chicken there is a noun and soup is a noun. However, chicken is functioning as an adjective in English. So we say chicken soup. شوربة الدجاج, the chicken soup. طالب الجامعة, the university student. Or غرفة المعيشة, the living room. Now let's look at each of these types of إضافة and show how we can have either an indefinite or a definite إضافة and how a pronoun might attach. Now, some of these are going to be straightforward and others are going to be slightly different than how we might expect. Here we have, for possession or attribution, if we wanted to say the book of my teacher, we'd say kitabu mudarrisi. Here we attach the ya to the end of mudarris, my teacher, the book of my teacher. If we want to say the book of the teacher, we say kitabul mudarrisi. Again, putting alif lam on mudarris. Both are definite. The kitab takes definite, borrows in a sense its definiteness from the mudaf ilay, kitabul mudarrisi. And then if we wanted to say a book of a teacher, we would say kitabu mudarrisin. So notice that the mudaf ilay is going to dictate the definiteness. Kitabu mudarrisin, a book of a teacher. Now what if we wanted to say the book of a teacher? Here we would use lam, which is a lam of possession. Al-kitabu li mudarrisin. Again, we break up the idafa in that type of a structure. Now let's look at the doer object action. Here we say dirasati al-arabiyya, my study of Arabic. Dirasati al-arabiyya. We attached the ya to the masdar and we're not going to look here we're not going to look at definiteness and indefiniteness because it's a little bit beyond the scope of this lesson. Now here for numbers 3 through 10 we say my 5 books. Here we would say kutubi al-khamsatu, my 5 books. Kutubi al-khamsatu. We attach the ya to the mudaf, and then we say again kutubi al-khamsa. Here, in a sense, we break up the idafa. We can now, if we wanted to say the 5 books, we'd say al-kutub al-khamsa, al-kutub al-khamsa. Again, breaking up the idafa, because remember that in the regular sense of saying 5 books, we would say khamsatu kutubin. However, if we wanted to say the 5 books, we'd say al-kutubu and then put the number after al-kutubu al-khamsatu. If we wanted to say 5 books, we'd say khamsatu kutubin, as we had looked at and seen before. What about when the second term is not an entity? So here we say ghurfat nawmi, my bedroom, attaching the ya to nawm, or the second term of the idafa. We could say ghurfatun nawm, the bedroom, ghurfatun nawm, the bedroom. If we wanted to say a bedroom, we would say ghurfat nawmin, ghurfatu nawmin. Again, the first term of the idafa never takes tanween. So we always say, although it's indefinite, we don't put tanween. Ghurfatu nawmin. What about for a noun modifier in English? It gets a little bit complicated. Here we say shurbatu dajaji. What if we said shurbatu dajaji? My chicken soup. Most likely we would say shurbatu dajaj li. The chicken soup that is to me. The chicken soup that is to me. Shurbatu dajaji li. If we wanted to say the chicken soup, we say shurbatu dajaj or الشوربة من الدجاج. If we wanted to break up the Idaafa, the soup from chicken. What if we wanted to say a chicken soup? شوربة دجاج. شوربة من الدجاج. Here we would break up the Idaafa and say شوربة من الدجاج. And that's because شوربة الدجاج and شوربة دجاج in a sense mean the same thing. Chicken soup. So if we wanted to say the chicken soup, we would say الشوربة من الدجاج. If we wanted to say a chicken soup, we would say شوربة من الدجاج. Here we have, we want to talk about the flow of definiteness. So كتاب مدرس is a book of a teacher. Where does the definiteness start from? It starts from the مضاف إليه, مدرس, dictates the definiteness. So we say here, a book of a teacher. When we add the ya, we say kitabu maktabi. For example, maktabi, maktab is office, my office, the book of my office. Here, kitab maktabi is definite, so now we say the book of my office. So let's think about a recap of some rules here to remember. There are a number of different meanings produced by the Idaafa, and we covered 5 general meanings here. However, one should remember that there are more types of Idaafa that we did not cover here. Sometimes when there is ambiguity in the Idaafa, we have to use prepositions like min or li in order to clarify the meaning of the Idaafa. And so in that sense, we would break up the Idaafa and add a preposition in order to help clarify the meaning that we are attempting to produce with the Idaafa. مع السلامة.